Never crossed another line, never held a stranger's hand. I wore your name like honesty, thought that made me a better man. But love was more than loyalty, more than staying physically true. I was there in body, not in heart, and I'm guilty of that with you. I thought not leaving was enough, thought silence couldn't do you harm. Didn't know neglect could bruise, just like breaking someone's trust. I never cheated, that's my defense, but I still failed you in the end. I missed the moments that matter most, while standing right there I was absent. You needed presence, not promises kept. You needed me when you fell apart. I never cheated, I just wasn't there when it mattered to your heart. You cried beside me in the dark while I stared into my phone. You fought battles I never saw, because I thought you'd be fine alone. I showed up late to your breaking points, early to my own escape. I didn't leave, but I didn't stay, in all the ways you needed me. I thought love was something passive, just don't lie, just don't betray. Didn't know it needed action every single fragile day. I never cheated, that's my defense, but it doesn't make me innocent. I missed the moments that mattered most, called it trust, but it was absence. You needed arms, not alibis. You needed me to play my part. I never cheated, I just wasn't there when it mattered to your heart. Faithful doesn't mean present, honest doesn't mean aware. I was proud of being good enough while you were lonely right here. You stopped asking, stopped explaining, stopped hoping I'd finally see. By the time I felt your distance, you were already free of me. I never cheated, I never ran, but I still let you fall apart. I guarded lines I never crossed while losing you by missing my part. Now I'm faithful to the memory of the love I couldn't start. I never cheated, I just wasn't there when it mattered to your heart. If love is measured by showing up, then I failed you from the start. I kept my word, but lost your trust by not being where you are. She sat right next to me at midnight, but miles away inside her head. I thought being there was enough, didn't hear the words she never said. She learned to cry without a sound, so I wouldn't feel the blame. I called it peace, she called it empty. We were not calling it the same. She didn't leave from lack of love, she left from feeling alone. I was her home in name only, a place couldn't call home. She left because loving me felt lonely, like shouting into closed doors. I was present but not open, I was close but never yours. She needed arms, not walls, someone to hear her heart. She left because loving me felt lonely, and I played the loneliest part. I watched her fade in small degrees, called it space, called it time. She was disappearing slowly, while I told her she was fine. She stopped asking for attention, stopped fighting to be seen. I thought that meant we were okay, didn't know it meant she was leaving. I mistook her silence for strength, thought she learned to compromise. Didn't know she was learning how to say goodbye. She left because loving me felt lonely, like holding on alone. I made love feel like a solo act in a story meant for two souls. She didn't want perfection, she just wanted my heart. She left because loving me felt lonely, and I was too far apart. If I could hear her now, I'd answer every cry. I'd sit inside the discomfort, not run, not hide. But she doesn't need apologies from a man who finally sees. She needed presence back then, not regret wrapped in poetry. She left because loving me felt lonely, and now I know the truth. I was her hardest silence, her most exhausting proof. She found herself in leaving, I lost her staying the same. She left because loving me felt lonely, and I'm the one to blame. If love is making someone feel less alone, I failed her every day. She left because loving me felt lonely, and I finally know why. I thought love was something quiet, something that didn't need to be said. I thought time would always wait for me, like you waited by my bed. You smiled through all my silence, carried words I should have shared. I was sure you'd still be standing, I never saw you getting tired there. I mistook your patience for forever, thought your heart was built to stay. I didn't hear the cracks in your voice every time you asked me to change. I loved you deeply, I just loved you late. I loved you deeply, I just loved you late. I learned your value when you walked away. Now the house still knows your name, but you don't answer when I pray. You stopped waiting, I stayed the same. I loved you deeply, too late. I remember all the moments you needed more than what I gave. I chose comfort over courage, chose my pride over your pain. You were begging me with whispers while I slept through every sign. I was rich with your devotion, but too poor to give you mine. You were fighting for our future, I was busy killing time. Now I'm learning what it costs to treat love like it won't decline. I loved you deeply, I just loved you late. I learned your value when you walked away. Now your side of the bed is cold, and the silence screams your name. You stop waiting, I stayed the same. I loved you deeply, too late. If regret could turn back hours, I'd say every word I say. I'd hold you when you needed it. Now when it's already too late, you didn't leave without a warning. You just stopped breaking for me, and now I'm haunted by the man you begged so hard for me to be. I loved you deeply, but I showed it wrong. I waited till your strength was gone. Now I talk to ghosts of us in the places we once stayed. You stopped waiting, found your way. I loved you deeply, too late. If loving you is learning pain, then this lesson's here to stay. You stop waiting, and I finally learned what love was worth the day you walked away. It was the fact you let me stoop just to keep us standing still. I called her too emotional, but she was begging me to feel. She tried to love me through my silence, tried to heal what I ignored. But love shouldn't feel like more, and I was always asking for more. Every promise felt like pressure, every truth I couldn't face. I made chaos feel like home, while she was searching for a safer place. She chose things over me, chose quiet over a fight. Now I sing with all the echoes to the words I couldn't lay right. She laid her weapons down when I wanted for mine away. She chose peace over me, and now the noise is here to stay. She stopped raising her voice, she stopped believing in mine. I thought her calm and victory, didn't know it was a good night. I kept calling and working through it while she was learning how to leave. She didn't give up on love, she just gave up on me. I mistook her silence for surrender, never saw a cracking line. She was chose peace over me. And I'm left with what remains. I was loud with my excuses, quiet with my apologies. I thought love meant winning fights, that protected her sleep. Now I replay every moment where I could've let her rest. She didn't leave to hurt me, she left to save herself. She chose peace over me, and I hear it every night. In the silence of the mornings, in the absence of her lies, she found calm, I found regret, in a mess I chose to keep. She chose peace over me. Now I live with the noise of me. If love is meant to feel like home, I was the sound she had to flee. She chose peace over me, and I finally understand why it couldn't be me. She asked me for my attention, not diamonds, not a grand display, just to show up when it was heavy, just to choose her every day. I told her give me a little time, like love was something I could pause. She was drowning in the waiting, while I was stalling every cause. Thought tomorrow was a promise, thought forever had some slack. Didn't know love keeps a clock and it never circles back. She begged for effort, I begged for time. I said I'm trying, she said I'm tired. She was asking for a reason to stay, I was asking her to wait. Now the silence is my answer and the door's already closed. She begged for effort, I begged for time, and time ran out on us both. She fought for all the small things I said didn't really matter, but love is built in moments I kept letting scatter. I thought words would fix the damage, thought intentions were enough. Didn't see her losing hope every time I called her bluff. I confused delay with progress, caught my fear working it through. She was counting every tear while I said I'll get there soon. She begged for effort, I begged for time. I promised change, but stayed behind. She was pleading for presence, I was hiding in excuses. Now I'm holding all the reasons she finally let go. She begged for effort, I begged for time, and time ran out before I showed. I clothes just to fix one yesterday. I'd show her love in all the ways I kept saving for someday. But someday never showed up, and neither did I, it's true. She didn't stop loving me, she just stopped waiting for me too. She begged forever, I begged for time. I watched her slowly decline. She needed action, not delay. I needed comfort and okay. Now the clock won't stop reminding me of the chances I disposed. She begged forever, I begged for time, and time ran out, now she's gone. Love is something you do not say, then I learned it far too late. She begged forever, I begged for time. Now all I have is yesterday.
I learned how to listen in the quiet after your voice was gone. Learned how to stay when it got hate, but I practiced alone. I fixed the parts you used to beg for, changed the ways I made you cry. Funny how I found my courage when there was no one left to try. You were teaching me in real time, I was learning way too slow. Every lesson hit me harder the day you finally let go. I became everything you wanted after you stopped needing me. I grew into the man you asked for in a life you'll never see. I speak the words you waited for to an empty space, and I became everything you wanted after you said goodbye. I show up early to the moments I used to show up late. I don't run when love gets fragile. I don't choose pride over fate. I protect the peace you wanted. I don't raise my voice in fear. I learned how not to lose someone by losing you right here. I thought change could wait forever, thought love would understand. Didn't know it had an ending that I'd never get again. I became everything you wanted after you stopped needing me. I finally learned commitment in your memory. I'd give back every improvement just to rewind time. I became everything you wanted when I ran out of try. If timing wasn't so cruel, if growth didn't come with pain, I'd be standing in your doorway, not singing you away. But you don't need this version of the man I learned to be. You needed him back then when you were still choosing me. I became everything you wanted, but I missed my only chance. Now you love yourself in peace, and I love
apology for the man you couldn't see.
She didn't make a scene when she left, didn't slam doors or say goodbye. She folded love into a suitcase and took the calm part of our life. No long messages at midnight, no last fight to justify. She just stopped needing my name and learned to breathe without asking why. I thought silence meant she'd come back, thought distance was a fate, didn't know quiet could be final, didn't know peace could walk away. She moved on quietly, like we were never loud, while every little memory still screams inside my house. She found healing in the stillness, I found echoes I can't outrun. She moved on quietly while I'm stuck in what we were. She smiles now in photos I avoid, wears peace like it's brand new. Still talking to the shadows, still rehearsing things I never do. She stopped checking if I noticed, stopped waiting for regret. I'm still counting all the moments I can't seem to forget. She closed the chapter gently, didn't need to tear the page. I'm rereading every sentence like it might somehow change. She moved on quietly, found calm I never knew, while I'm drowning in the noise of loving someone who's through. She doesn't miss the chaos, she doesn't miss the pain. She moved on quietly and I stayed the same. I wish she'd left a scar I could point to, something loud I could blame, but she healed without hurting me, and that hurts me the same. Her absence doesn't shout, it just lingers in my chest. She didn't take the memory, she just left me with the rest. She moved on quietly, like a song fading out, while every part of me still hears her in the sound. She chose peace, I chose the past. She chose now, I chose then. She moved on quietly and I'm still where we've been. If love is learning how to let go, then I'm still in my first try. She moved on quietly and I'm still saying goodbye. I thought love was staying comfortable, keeping feelings in their place. I thought showing up meant being near, not reading what you couldn't say. You were teaching me in moments, I was learning in mistakes. Every time you reached for me, I turned fear into delay. You spoke in quiet honesty, I answered late, I answered wrong. I didn't know love had a language, I was fluent in moving on. I learned how to love by losing you,
By watching what I failed to do, I found the courage I never showed when there was no one left to prove. Now every lesson has your name, every truth cut straight through. I learned how to love by losing you. I see your fingerprints on me, and everything I've changed. I hold doors open for the feelings I once treated like a fate. I stay when it gets uncomfortable. I don't run from the truth. I learned how to be everything, but I learned it too late for you. I thought time was on my side, thought love would always wait. Didn't know it had an ending, didn't know I'd seal my fate. I learned how to love by losing you, by breaking hearts, including mine. I found a man I could have been if I had listened in time. Now I'm faithful to the memory of a love I couldn't keep. I learned how to love by losing you, and it still hurts every time I breathe. If pain is just a teacher, then you were every test. I failed you in the moments that mattered more than the rest. I give back every lesson, every way I finally grew. If it meant unlearning life just to have one more day with you. I learned how to love by losing you, but loving you was the cause. Now I carry all this growth as proof of what I lost. You were my unfinished prayer, my almost, my truth. I learned how to love by losing you. If loving someone means changing, then I hope you never knew that the best part of me was born the day I lost you. The day I lost you.
I saw it in the way you laughed, like something didn't land the same. Your eyes stay bright for everyone else, but dimmed when you said my name. I told myself it was just a phase, that love just changes shape. I watched the light go quietly, and still I chose to wait. You stopped dancing in the kitchen, stopped singing in the car. I caught it growing older, didn't know we'd grown apart. I watched your smile fade slowly, long before you walked away. It left in small, unnoticed ways. I should've fought for every day. By the time your bags were packed, the goodbye had already been said. I watched your smile fade slowly, and I did nothing till the end. You tried to meet me halfway, while I stood where I was. You kept lowering your voice, while I kept raising my walls. You were grieving us in advance, while I was still asleep. You learned how to let me go before I learned how to keep. You stopped asking me to change, stopped hoping I would try. I
thought the calm and comfort, didn't know it meant goodbye. I watched your smile fade slowly like a photograph left in the sun. You were leaving piece by piece before I knew that you were done. Now I replay every moment where your eyes beg me to see. I watched your smile fade slowly, and now it's haunting me. If I could freeze 1 second, I'd choose the day you still believe. I'd hold you like you mattered, not like you never leave. But you don't rewind a heart once it learns how to close. You don't save a love after it's already gone. I watched your smile fade slowly and I stayed the same. You chose peace, I chose comfort. Now I carry all the blame. You didn't leave without warning, I just ignored every sign. I watched your smile fade slowly and I ran out of time. If love is seeing someone hurting and choosing not to turn away, then this is my confession. I look and let you fade.
I saw it in the corners of your eyes, a shadow where the light used to be. You laughed but not like you used to. I kept pretending you were happy with me. Every little joke felt quiet, every glance slipped through my hands. I thought we had more time, but I didn't understand. You were leaving me in pieces before your footsteps made a sound. I mistook your patience for forever, while your heart was breaking down. I watched your smile fade long before you walked away. I saw the love slipping slowly, but I chose to look the other way. By the time you said goodbye, I was still frozen in denial. I watched your smile fade while the end was counting every mile. You stopped asking for my time, stopped sharing what you felt. I told myself it was nothing, while your heart quietly knelt. I was blind to all your warnings, blind to every tear inside. I thought we'd find our way, but I let our love pass by. Every silence was a signal, every distance was a plea. You needed me to notice, but I was too lost to see. I watched your smile fade long before you walked away. I felt the cracks in the distance, but I never learned to stay. Now the memories haunt me like a ghost I can't erase. I watched your smile fade, and I lost you without a trace. If love had a way of warning, I missed every sign. If I could turn back the moment, I'd hold your hand in mine. But the past doesn't answer, and regret is all I own. You left before I knew how much I'd miss your home.
watched your smile fade long before you walked away. I let the light slip quietly and I had no words to say. By the time you closed the door, I was already too late. I watched your smile fade and I'm living